What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption mystery. So, what do we have today? Guys, I was headed to Strawberry when I ran into this gentleman who wanted me to help him find Strawberry. And as I'm getting him back to where he wants to be, he starts to tell me I need to watch out for the mayor of Strawberry. He's a very weird guy. So, I started doing some investigating into the town of Strawberry, and I couldn't really find much that would help me in this investigation. I couldn't even get anybody to talk to me about the mayor. You know how you greet people or antagonize them and things of that nature. So what you basically had to do was you had to just stand around some of these NPCs and wait for them to say things about the mayor. So when I got into the welcome center, this gentleman here says to me that the mayor is a very fine gentleman. I'm paraphrasing, and he's glad that he's the mayor of Strawberry, as I paraphrase what this gentleman says. So he didn't really give me much information, so I tied him up because I wasn't happy with the information that he gave me. He did nothing but sit here and beg for his life after I tied him up. So I said, you know what, he's no good to me or not worth my time. So I took him up out of here, and then I ran upstairs because I didn't need no witnesses or the cops trying to chase me out of Strawberry, because that would just impede my investigation, So I had to run upstairs and, just hide away from them for a little bit as I tried to figure out what my next move was going to be in this investigation. Now, it took me about 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. I kept waking up, going to sleep, trying to wait for the mayor to show up. And he would never show up. And I'm like, okay, where the hell is this mayor at? And why haven't I seen him yet? And, is there a mayor here anyway? So came back downstairs, looked at this guy, just like, damn, he didn't help me out. Too bad. He had to find out the hard way that Arthur Morgan is not one for procrastination. So I said, you know what, I need to do me a little bit of history. I need to go check some things out and read up on some Red Dead Redemption wiki and things of that nature. So as I read up on some Red Dead Redemption wiki, I found out that that guy does have something to do with the mayor. And on this night, the mayor just happened to be outside. But I couldn't greet him or antagonize him for some reason. It was locked. Now, I was wanted at the time, so I didn't know if that had anything to do with it, because I actually had to pay, to get my bounty off. But I don't know if that had anything to do with it. So I'm stuck. Okay, how the heck do I talk to this mayor? How do I get anything from this guy? Or how do I get him to give me any information about what he has going on? Why does someone tell me you're nefarious? Why is there weird things going on in Strawberry and you're not saying anything about it? Okay, you're not saying anything at all because I can't even greet you or antagonize you. So what am I going to do? Now I find out that this dude that is in this hotel or the welcome center is connected to you somehow, again, once I do some research. So I say, hey, I can't antagonize him. The only thing you can do is buy a bath or buy a room. So I got to sit around this guy and wait for him to say something. Wait for him to give me anything that would, somewhat give me an idea of what I'm looking for, what I'm searching for, or what I need to find in order to find out the nefarious deeds of Strawberry's mayor. And he says this to me.
Mayor Timmons convinced me to come out west. Boy, am I glad he did. Huh. That man knows the future.
So what does that even mean? It was our fine Mayor Timmons that, convinced me to come out west. So that means that him and the mayor are from the same place. And I see the mayor on the porch again. Again, I can't talk to him, can't antagonize him. So I decided to rough him up a little bit. When I decided to rough him up a little bit, he took off running. And then now I know every day I went looking for him, because I looked for him for days, couldn't find him. He actually just comes in town sometimes and he leaves on his horse. So I said, oh no, you're not getting away this time. Oh no, I'm on that ass this time. I got to find out what's so nefarious about you. Why is it a man telling me to keep my eye on you, to check on you, to see what you're up to and this and that and the third. Why is this man being chased away from the town and asking me to guide him back to the town? So I try to lasso him and get him down to hog tie him. It won't work. He gets away. So I try to lasso him again and just keep him. Because sometimes when they get a good run on you, it takes you some time to catch up to him. So I just had to keep lassoing him and lassoing him. Nothing was happening. Nothing was working. So after a little while, I said, you know what? This lasso shit ain't working. I got to figure out a way to keep this guy on the ground. So I run up on him, right? So I said, okay, enough lassoing, enough trying to hog tie him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stomp him out and, just knock him unconscious real quick so I can figure out what he has on him. And if I can, get anything off of his body to help me understand who this man is and why is a gentleman calling him a nefarious mayor and what is he actually up to. So I eventually get this document off of him. And it's actually a letter from his sister. And the letter reads, "Dear Nicholas, please write to me. I still think about you often and wonder if you are well and hope that you are happy. I know your feelings about mother and father, but it's not fair to punish me by association. I am still not sure exactly what happened at Princeton and why you and the other professor, I do not remember his name, left in such a hurry. And I do not want to know. I just want my brother back, that wonderful caring boy who rubbed my cheeks and braided my hair all those years ago. I saw some photographs of Big Valley in the library and it looks beautiful. But I have to admit, I find it difficult to picture a city boy like you roughing it up in the mountains. I do so miss our outings to the theater together. I am still hopeful of traveling out there to visit you one day, although Bryce's financial affairs are worse than ever now. Sometimes I think I should have taken a leaf out of your book and never chose to marry. Much love, Belinda." So, guys, I don't know. I mean, what does this mean? The mayor ran away from New York City with a man that he was a professor with at Princeton. So apparently they both must have got in trouble at Princeton. And usually when that happens, that means that a relationship is taking course. And they can't basically work in the same school if they are both in a relationship. And mom and dad being angry lets you know that his mom and dad didn't approve of the relationship either. And what also hints to the fact that the mayor and the guy at the welcoming center, because remember, the guy at the welcoming center said that the mayor brought him there. He's the only person in the city who talks about the mayor bringing him there. The only person. I got to try to get everybody else to talk about the mayor. Nobody else would say anything about him. Something about him having his wife locked up in the house, blah, blah, blah. Nothing else about the mayor other than this guy saying he brought him there. So that must be the other professor, but you don't find out his name. It just says clerk. So what led me to believe they also was in a relationship is she said that boy who used to pinch her cheeks and braid her hair. How many boys care about braiding their sister's hair or having that type of relationship with their sister where they do those things? Think about that. And then they run away. She said she didn't even, think that he would run away to a big city. She said that she didn't think he would run away, meaning that he was never looked at to be somebody who would run away to a small city like Strawberry and then try to start a life over there. Now, the mere fact that he tried to get people to come in from New York City, because what that clerk also said to me, this is a caveat, that clerk also kept telling me that there are other people from New York City who are staying in the welcoming center. So why are so many people from New York City coming to Strawberry? Is the mayor trying to make Strawberry the new New York City so he feels like he's back at home? And that's actually why he would have an investor, the guy we found coming to Strawberry. That's why he would have him heading out there to come check out some properties in Strawberry. But the thing is, the mayor's mystery is the mayor's a diddler. I can't use the other word, but that's the mayor's mystery. So, hey, we solved it. The mayor's a diddler. Him and the clerk diddled together. Oh, shit, guys. Whoa, now. Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is a crazy mystery. What do you think? Look out for the next mystery, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.